Netflix says that 60 million households tuned in for that Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight that we had just on November 15th. And I was one of those households. Did you try to tune in to see the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight, only to be met by some crazy buffering? The failure of the stream was just so unmitigated. It was a disaster, unless you're a Netflix executive, because they see it as some kind of success. You had 60 million people tune in to a fight that you guys hyped up for literal months, and our stream froze or crashed, or it was so pixelated that it looks like you were watching the Mike Tyson Punch Out game from the 1980s. That's how bad the stream was. But some Netflix executives say, yeah, it was a success. We did what we could. No, what you did was alienated an entire demographic of people who just don't have time for your shenanigans. Netflix has no excuse whatsoever for the technical challenges that they faced during this Mike Tyson Jake Paul event. First and foremost, the event was like a non event. There was a 58-year-old man fighting a 27-year-old man. How many of us thought it was going to go any different? I hoped that it would go differently, but Jake Paul won the match, and he won it in spectacular fashion unanimously. I think actually the best match of the night for me was Serrano versus Taylor, the ladies' bout. That to me was a match that had far more excitement and far more stakes involved than the Jake Paul Mike Tyson match. But that's just a matter of opinion. Let's get back to this Netflix executive. Elizabeth Stone said, "Hey, this wasn't all that bad." Even though, yes, on social media, the entire timeline was filled with people who were unable to actually enjoy watching the matches because of the quality or the lack of quality of Netflix's stream. Now, Elizabeth went on to say that she does not want to dismiss the poor experience from some members and that they have room for improvement, but again, they consider this event a huge success. And I'm just not like, I'm like, Elizabeth, read the room, honey. Read the room. Because I'm going to tell you why this is bad for Netflix. I mean, first and foremost, we have no faith in them being able to platform a huge live event. For instance, the NFL is giving Netflix a Christmas double header. You're going to have the Chiefs versus the Steelers, and you're going to have the Ravens versus the Texans. And let me tell you, if that Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight was any indication of the shit show that doubleheader is going to be, I want no parts of it. And I like football, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to stomach watching a stream that's going to freeze every 10 seconds, that's going to buffer. It got to the point where you can't even watch it on television because the television refreshing is a lot slower than a smaller device refreshing. So now people are starting to resort to watching it on their computer or their phone because Netflix can't get it together. I don't feel like that's a vote of confidence when it comes to the football games. I really don't. Now, like I said, the Serrano Taylor match was the best match of the night, even though I felt like the judges got it wrong. Now, my son explained something to me, and it made sense once he said it. He's like, to beat the champ, the person is holding the belt, you have to do it in convincing fashion. And I'm like, yes, Serrano probably could have put her on her ass, put Katie Taylor down on her ass a couple of times, but because the rounds are shorter than the men's rounds, I felt like Katie Taylor was saved by the bell many of those rounds. And if that round had gone on another 30 seconds, she might have been on her ass. But I get it. I got it. It's good. Serrano lost graciously. But her manager did make a point that I thought was a legitimate point, and that is Taylor's headbutting. She headbutted a lot. She led with her head anytime she got in trouble. So the manager for Serrano is like, yeah, we'll fight her again without the headbutting. He said that Serrano's first cut in a boxing match was against Taylor, and it wasn't from one of her punches, it was from a headbutt. And then he challenged people to go back and look at Katie Taylor's previous bouts where an opponent had been opened up. And he said, you will find that in those previous bouts, it was also due to headbutts. I don't know. I haven't watched enough of their fights to know. I just know that those ladies put on one hell of a show the other night. The fight that was the marquee fight was a bit of a disappointment. There were very few punches thrown by Mike Tyson, and then there's this extraordinary amount of punches thrown by Jake Paul. Yeah, Jake Paul, he's in a lose-lose situation because you lose to Mike Tyson, and man, we about to clown you forever and ever. But if you win against Mike Tyson, you just beat a 58-year-old man. A 58-year-old man who says that just a couple of months ago, he was knocking on death's door from an ulcer and that he had lost half of his blood and that he was in really bad shape. So now, when you put all of these things together, is it really a win for anybody but Netflix? Mike Tyson gets to take home $20 million. Jake Paul gets to take home $40 million. And some lesser known fighters got an opportunity to shine on a live event on Netflix. But then again, we only got to see 1/3 of the fight because you have to refresh your device every 10 seconds. So yeah, I wasn't a fan. If you can't tell, I was not a fan. What did you think of the fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson? And did you experience the problems that most of these 60 million households experience? Let me know down in the comments. And while you're dropping your comment, make sure that you have subscribed to my channel so you will not miss the next time we meet at the intersection between pop culture and common sense. And turn those notifications on so you won't miss an upload. This has been Tasha Pierce, and I'm signing out, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.